Hey, I'm Swampy T. I'm your host. Welcome to the swamp. Let's just splash on in because I'm feeling moist and you're about to get wet. Today we're going to talk about the national deficit. This refers to the budget from year to year. It's not the debt. The deficit is the increasement of debt from year to year. A surplus year is when the government actually makes money and the debt goes down. The last time we had a surplus year was actually from 1998 to 2001. The president at the time was Bill Clinton, and George W. Bush was the president in 2001. George W. Bush, after those surplus years, he got into, there was these Saudi Arabians, a dude that did 9/11, allegedly. I mean, some people think it's an inside job, for I wonder why. You can share it in the comment section below. But Mueller investigated. He came to the conclusion that Iraq pipelines necessary. So we engaged in the war on terror, and with Bush got into tax cuts, war on terror. We went into something known as the Great Recession. National debt started exploding. But what comes back to today is that Republicans are the party of fiscal responsibility, or that's how they like to put it, when they want to take away programs like HUD, food stamps, blah, 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 yada, yada. The federal deficit is now at $770 billion. That's a 17% increase from 2017. A 17 in 1 year. Anyways, the deficit, the national debt is now, the deficit is the largest, it's been since 2012. All in 1 year. All those years, the deficit's back to where it was in 2012. That's what I'm doing the video about. What's the reasoning for the exploding deficit all of a sudden? Our president has some views, Republicans have some views, and we're going to go over some of those things. Okay, so in 2012, the deficit was a little rough because of the Great Recession. During the recession, a country has to spend more to provide housing, food stamps, because without jobs, people still need to live and have basic need. They have basic needs. So in 2012, there was still. It wasn't before the Obama economy came around. So the deficit was at $779 billion. Now we're back at that. We're back there. We're back in 2012. Trump, he's saying, look, it's nothing I did. It was the wildfires. It was the hurricanes. And I don't even know if Puerto Rico got any of that hurricane relief, as they are a territory, part of America. I don't even know if they got any help or relief. If you have an opinion on that, please leave a comment below. I'm trying to continue this conversation. I am not Republican. I am not Democrat. I don't even know the difference between the two. Now, the disasters. He says that's a reason our deficit is ballooned out of control. The disasters, they did raise the deficit by $40 billion in 2018. That is 8%. And defense spending, which is another thing Trump pointed out, we had to do what we had to do. We had to fund the military. That was about $23 billion. It raised our deficit by $23 billion, and that's actually less than 3%. Tax cuts increased the deficit by $164 billion in 2018 alone, and it is expected to add $230 billion next year. Republicans, not Trump, but Republicans are pointing to Social Security, Medicare, Medicaid, food stamps as our major costs of spending, and those are these entitlement programs are the ones that need to get slashed. Let me know how you feel about that. I know with these tax cuts, last year I made around $10,000. This year I'm looking at making $40,000 in tax breaks. Let me know if you guys are getting getting that money from these tax cuts, or if you're just getting maybe $1.50 back more. Leave a comment in the comment section below. Now, Social Security, that's like literally our oldest, like that's for like the loser generation who didn't really like plan for their retirement. Like it's for the people who were like literally sitting on the couch their whole lives, smoking cigarettes, eating bonbons. I'm looking at you, Peggy Bundy. But me personally, I think Social Security should be increased. Seniors deserve a little bit more. They should deserve to live a luxurious life, somewhat. I mean, they deserve maybe to once a year go to the Virgin Islands for a week. I'm cool with that. And Medicaid, I know a lot of you out there want to get rid of Medicaid. That's associated with Obamacare, the Medicaid for All There's a Medicaid for All thing being talked about. Universal health care. I know a lot of you are against that. But Medicare, I know that's what seniors rely on. Seniors, like, they get hooked on drugs through their doctors. A lot of them take up to like 15 or more pills a day. And I know they're like, that's not drugs, Sonny. That's my blood pressure pills. And I get that. So Medicare and Social Security, I mean, can you really even cut those? Even if you want these corporations to get their tax cuts, if you want the 1% to get their tax cuts, can you really take it out on them? The old losers? I mean, come on, bro. Help them out. I mean, when you're old, I mean, it's the golden years. But I know there's a lot of seniors out there who want to cut Social Security. So I'm asking you guys, should we go after these entitled programs like Social Security, Medicare, and Medicaid? Is that really even going to help our deficit and lower the national debt? Because Trump himself, President Trump has said he will not touch Social Security. I want to make that very clear. He said that is off the table. Still, I know Trump has flipped and flopped on a lot of things, but he's saying that. But at the same time, Tax Cut 2.0 is right around the corner and could be here as soon as November, or even right before the midterms, November 9th. And he says this new tax cut's going to be for the middle class. I know a lot of middle class people say the middle class is dead. Not only is the middle class dead, but it's like how some people say North Dakota doesn't exist. And usually it's people that live in North Dakota. I know it's kind of crazy. But yeah, lay in the mood real quick. I want to tell you some things I trust more than corporation tax cuts. I trust a daycare ran by Casey Anthony more than I trust corporate tax cuts. I trust a Taco Bell restroom more than I trust corporate tax cuts. I trust. Well, speaking of trust, like we just ended a some kind of nuclear missile agreement with Russia. Moscow wasn't holding up, so I trust that we might actually be seeing midnight very soon. If you don't know what midnight is, I don't want to scare you. Have a good day, guys. Dabs. And leave a comment. Slap a like on this video. Slap a like or even a dislike. And remember, turn those notifications on. Because when I'm feeling moist, you want to make sure you get wet.